The Board of Health met Monday morning to go over a few reports and updates before the end of the year. The board was updated on inspection reports and new establishment updates, as well as ongoing progress with Impact Norwood. Health Director Sigal Reese used her report as an opportunity to clarify the updated laws surrounding vape products in Massachusetts and Norwood's current rules.
The ban is the governor declared a public health emergency and issued a ban on all vape products. That ban ended December 11th, so that's sort of off the table now. On December 11th, the Public Health Council at the state, which is equivalent to actually a local board, it's the state's Public Health Council, they issued the regulations on the same day. And those regulations are outlined on the second portion of the report here. They require certain things like signage, they limit the concentration of nicotine, strengthen enforcement, what are some other things? Require it to be placed behind the counter. So a lot of the requirements that we put on tobacco, it put on vape products. The confusing thing about the ban is when the ban was lifted for us, with our regulations, remained the same, which restricted all vape products to adult only. So that was a very big confusion for our retailers, and I completely understand why. They hear on the news the ban is lifted, retailers can sell vape, but not in Norwood, because we still had our regulations did not change.
The Board of Health's next meeting will be January 21st. The Planning Board met for around an hour that Monday night. The board approved some construction plan revisions to the McDonald's on Broadway Street, as well as an approval not required plan presentation for lots on 600 Nichols Street. The meeting continued with an update on Moderna moving into Norwood and an exciting opportunity for the job market.
You see the press release on that, Paul, from Moderna? They're going to bring 250 people from Cambridge to here.
Yep, when they've completed the move into the old UTI building, it'll bring the head count in Norwood to 590 employees working for Moderna, and that'll be a broad range of types of jobs, but overall they'll be paying better than our last applicant.
They'll probably be our first or second largest employer.
Yes.
I would say,
Detect a note of
I think the
sarcasm
hospital
there,
is
Mr.
right now,
Hawkins.
hospital is number one,
Yeah.
largest employer, and this will be right up there.
Also Monday night, the Sustainability Commission met in the Drummy Room of Town Hall for an hour-long meeting. The meeting began with the creation of subcommittees for developing a sustainability action plan and for education and outreach. Chairman McFarland discussed what he would like to see from each subcommittee. Following the subcommittee discussion, the board set their next meeting and future agenda items. The Sustainability Commission will meet again on January 27th. At the Tuesday night Selectmen's meeting, Chairman Paul Bishop announced that he would not be seeking re-election in the spring. This now leaves 2 open seats at the Selectmen's table, as Alan Howard announced last week that he also has decided not to run.
With that said, this has been some time in the making. I was appointed to the Norwood Police Department on January 5th, 1971, and I served until March 31st of 2010, at which time I was medically retired. I stayed out a year, and the thing I noticed over that course of the year, I really missed the interaction with the public and the citizens. So I ran for selectman, and in April of 2011, Mr. Howard and myself were both elected to this board. And we've served for 9 years. Mr. Howard has already given his announcement that he will not be seeking re-election. And I want to stipulate to everybody out there that I also will not be looking for a re-election. I will not be on the ballot. The papers and nomination papers come out January 2nd. They will be available for anyone who may be interested in taking an elected position here in the town of Norwood. But again, I will not be a candidate this coming term. So I've completed 3, and it's my choice now not to go on for another 4.
The Selectmen will meet again January 7th of 2020. Also on Tuesday, the Zoning Board of Appeals held 4 hearings in Room 12. Both 95 Nichols Street and 15 Howard Street were seeking to convert a single-family home into a 2-family home. 15 Howard Street was continued to a later date, and 95 Nichols was approved. 17 Howard Street was also seeking a multifamily conversion, which was unanimously approved. On Wednesday night, the Conservation Commission met with a full agenda. The first 3 agenda items were notices of intent regarding Glossa Engineering. Following those discussions, the Commission covered a request for a certificate of compliance from Peter Salona of River Ridge Limited Partnership. The final agenda item of the night was Kristen Capsio giving her MACC presentation to the Commission. The Conservation Commission will meet again after the new year. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government Channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org.